Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Love God and the Art of French Cooking. I'm James Twyman, and as you probably know by now, I'm the author of the book. And this is going to be an opportunity for us to explore the relationship between intimacy, spirituality, healthy living, and how it all comes together and how to cook some really amazing dishes. You probably know already that this started with me meeting this amazing guy here, Roger Dufau, who is the owner of Drew House here in Elora, Ontario. It's a beautiful B&B here in this beautiful town. I really suggest that you come and hang out with these guys because you're going to really love it here, and you'll experience the book directly, because that's how it happened for me. You know, being here, staying here with a friend, and sitting right behind us where we're working, doing these videos, where I was able to bare my soul to this guy, and he guided me through the terrain using food and spirituality and
metaphors.
As metaphors. That was what was so fun for me, is you would take food, the garlic, the potatoes, everything, the salt. I remember the sea salt, for example. You know, if you look at the sea salt, this is not, you know, the typical white, perfectly granulated salt that we usually see, is it? It's got a little bit of dirt and a little bit of earth in it. Well, not dirt, let's say earth. Earth is a better word.
The sea minerals, I would say.
And there's a metaphor there as well about we don't want to live too purified, right?
No, or perfect.
Not to try and be perfect in that sense, but to know that we're perfect even with the earth.
Here.
Yeah. So today we're going to be cooking scalloped potatoes, right?
Something very simple again. You know, all my recipes I show you are super simple. You can do them. I teach the kids at the local school, 15, 16 years old. They do it for their mother, so no excuse. It's possible to do it.
Even I can do it.
That's right. So what I have here, and here, I do have potato. They're already cleaned up. You know, we took the skin off. You can leave the skin if you want, if they're really new potato. But those ones are not totally new. You know, Canada nothing grows in the snow yet. So we need other country to supply us. And I'm going to slice them up, lay them on this plate. And you see what I do? I start to slice the bottom part, because this way my potato doesn't wobble up, you know. And then you put your finger in the back, you know. The motion is very simple. Not like this, because we don't want any piece of finger there. We just want the potato. Okay, so what I do with this, I'll lay them up. See, again, I'm going to I reconstitute the potato here. I just lay them out like this. And I don't waste anything. This will go on the side. Oh, this one has a nice, so I'll throw it out.
You know, I love watching you do that because you make it look so easy. You're like Michael Jordan, you know, doing a layup or something.
Like you playing the guitar. Yeah. All you do is to move the finger in the right manner.
But it takes a long time.
That's right.
A lot of practice to get to that point.
That's true. Yes, that's true. That's true. I don't suggest you go fast. You can go slower, you know, like at the beginning, like this. You know?
And just something as simple as cutting off that one piece, so that, I know for me, usually when I'm cutting a potato...
And watch out with the last piece, because even the last piece, you can just do this. You know, in order not to chop your finger. So we're almost done here. And what do I do with this? I will add water and cream. That's all. Water and cream. And I have to be very, very, very precise on the cream. 35%, which means the heavy cream, or what you call the whipping cream. You know, not the 10%, not the 5%. Please, do not reinvent the wheel, because it will not work. Which means that it will curdle, it will separate, it will not be smooth and nice. And don't worry about the cream. It's a very tiny content that you're going to have. Better than any margarine or whatever.
Yeah, people get, you know,
okay,
maybe
you see,
a little too concerned about that.
I fill it up, way too concerned. So exactly half water, half cream. I think I may even have a bit too much water here, but nevertheless, I'll see. And it has to be just covered up. Just cover it up. You see? Not very complicated. Yeah, just tiny bit more, so I'll prefer the cream than the water. All right, cream, 35%, a bit of salt, And cayenne again. You say, gee, you love the cayenne, this guy. That's right. But that's not a too spicy one. It's a mild one. That's it. Now, I'm going to put this in the oven. And it's going to take 35 to 40 minutes. And I suggest you have the oven at 350, 375. And it will be done when there's almost no more juice. Or you can put a little knife to see if it's still hard. So I'll show you the way it comes back.
And of course, it won't be this quick for you. All he has to do is step away. But we've already taken the time to prepare this. So, and the other thing that I love about everything that Roger does is it's simple. And that's something that he talked to me so much about when we were having the conversations that became the book, is to keep it simple. And what a simple dish, and yet so delicious.
See, all my juice has been disappearing. You might have a little bit on the bottom. You can put more cream if you want it really creamy. And you also can put some cheese 10 minutes before the end of the cooking, but not at the beginning because it will just burn. Mm-hmm. And this is super good. You'll never miss it.
Can I try a little piece?
Yeah, sure. You can try all the piece you want. You know? And it's a little bit hot, but that's okay.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So we can try it in the audience, but I guess they know it. So you see the recipe? Super, super simple. You cannot make a mistake with this. It goes with fish. It goes with meat. Even for the vegetarian, if you want to be fancy, you can also put half potato, half sweet potato. No carrots though, because they're too hard. They take too long to cook. But the sweet potato and this goes very well together. You know, you can do a layer of potato, a layer of sweet potato. So how complicated is this?
That's
and
beautiful.
You never miss. I also suggest to use the Yukon Gold, or what you call the yellow potato.
Okay.
You know, yellow skin potato, you call it. And by the way, Yukon Gold was invented in Guelph, just
which is
10
right
minutes
nearby.
out of here. And it's not genetically modified. It was crossing potato.
Good. Well, Roger, thank you for another
That's it.
simple, easy to
Super
prepare,
simple,
but natural recipe. You know, this is something that my mother would have made me when I was a kid, so it brings back those memories as well. Which, by the way, something maybe worth mentioning here is one of the stories that I wrote about in the book was your dear friend Elan.
Yeah, Alain in Paris.
Elan
yes.
is one of the most famous chefs in Paris, a real superstar, as you say.
I'm apprentice next one.
You're his apprentice, yeah. And you and I went to Paris to have lunch with Elan. Imagine going to Paris just to have lunch, and that's what we did. But to meet
For
Elan,
the love of food.
It was amazing.
Or traveling, which one is which?
Well, I would say the food. The lunch that we had with Elan was such a beautiful thing. And I remember he stayed here at Drew House with you when he was preparing.
Yes,
he was hired to prepare a beautiful meal.
Yes, for
Just tell this story very quickly because we only have about a minute left. But there was, you asked him a question.
Yes, I asked Alain a question. I said, we were joking, you know, after 2-3 glasses of wine. I said, Alain, if you had to pass away tomorrow, what will you eat tonight? And Alain scratched his head a little bit and he said, 2 fried eggs with a little bit of lard from our pig and 2 eggs from our chicken and a nice piece of bread from the local baker and maybe a glass of wine.
So this is one of the most famous French chefs in the world, and all he wants are 2 fried eggs.
I said, yeah, but not any kind of eggs. My chicken eggs, fry, you know, in quite a bit of fat and, you know, in geese fat. And then, you know, because they fry them in quite a bit of fat, they would put a bit of the oil on top of the egg to kind of cook the film, you know, like instead of sunny side up, you will have a little film over it. And they will lift it up, they don't need the oil.
And the important thing is that this is the way his mother cooked for him.
From his mother,
So it was something that evoked a memory. And the memory and the food itself
and the love
came,
of it.
The love, and this is why it would be his last meal.
I'm a chef, 3-star. Amazing, and this would have been his last meal.
Well, this is my mentor, and I'm just so happy to have you share this experience. And I hope you're going to love the book, Love God and the Art of French Cooking. This is a way of making him come alive, but I think you're going to really enjoy everything that Roger shares and everything that I learned in this book. So thank you again for joining us, and there are more to come.
For watching.
Very good. Oh, look at that.
Okay, so
perfect timing.